In the world of crime, there are stories of bold heists and thieves who become legends. But few reach the level of cunning of a man who managed to outsmart the authorities and steal fortunes without firing a single shot. This is the incredible story of Victor Lustig, the man who was not only a master of deception but even sold the Eiffel Tower. How did he pull off this unimaginable act? And what made him the most ingenious thief in history? Victor Lustig was born in 1890 in what is now the Czech Republic. From a young age, he showed an extraordinary talent for manipulation and persuasion. He was multilingual, refined, and charismatic, qualities that made him a natural con artist. His nickname, the Count, reflected his ability to present himself as a trustworthy and sophisticated man of high class, allowing him to gain the trust of his victims without raising suspicion. One of his first and most famous inventions was the money box, a machine that, according to Lustig, could print authentic banknotes. He sold this box to multiple unsuspecting victims for huge sums of money. The machine initially worked because Lustig loaded it with real bills, but once they ran out, the victims realized the scam too late. In 1925, Lustig devised his boldest con. At that time, the Eiffel Tower was in poor condition with costly repairs, worrying the French government. Taking advantage of this situation, Lustig posed as a government official and organized private meetings with metal recycling businessmen. He told them that the Eiffel Tower was going to be dismantled and that the government was secretly looking to sell its iron structure to avoid public protests. Lustig carefully chose his main victim, an ambitious businessman named André Poisson. With forged documents and a flawless performance, Lustig convinced Poisson to pay a fortune for the exclusive rights to demolish the Eiffel Tower. Once he received the money, Lustig vanished from Paris before Poisson discovered the truth. The most surprising thing is that Lustig repeated the trick months later with another businessman, although this second attempt was not as successful. However, his ability to organize such a large-scale scam and execute it without leaving traces made him a legend in crime. Chapter 3. The Man Who Deceived Al Capone. Even the infamous gangster Al Capone fell into Lustig's traps. Although he didn't try to rob him directly, Lustig orchestrated a con that would showcase his unique ingenuity. He asked Capone to invest $50,000 in a supposed business. After 2 months, Lustig returned the money intact, saying the investment hadn't worked. This seemingly honest act made Capone fully trust Lustig. Impressed by his integrity, the gangster gave him $5,000 as a reward. In reality, this was Lustig's plan from the beginning, to gain Capone's trust to obtain a large sum of money without raising suspicion. Chapter 4. The Code of the 10 Commandments of the Con Artist. Victor Lustig was not just a thief. He considered himself an artist of deception. He even created his own ethical code, known as the 10 Commandments of the Con Artist, which included rules like never argue, make your victim do the talking, and be neat, well-dressed, and elegant. These rules helped him build an impeccable reputation, allowing him to operate in high society circles and avoid suspicion for years. Lustig believed that deception was not just about lying, but about understanding people's ambitions and desires to exploit them to his advantage. His meticulous approach and attention to detail made him almost untouchable. Despite his cunning, Lustig's career came to an end in 1935. He was arrested for counterfeiting in the United States after his activities attracted the attention of the Secret Service. Even then, he tried to escape from prison using a rope made of sheets, but was recaptured. Lustig was sentenced to 20 years in the infamous Alcatraz prison, where he died of pneumonia in 1947. Although his life ended in disgrace, his legacy as one of the most ingenious con artists in history lives on. Victor Lustig demonstrated that intelligence and charisma can be as dangerous as any weapon. Closing, a lesson from the art of deception. Victor Lustig was not just a thief, he was a strategist and a psychologist who understood human weaknesses better than most. His story fascinates us not only for his audacious scams, but also for the way he managed to challenge a system designed to catch him. What do you think of his exploits? Do you believe that cunning justifies his crimes, or should his legacy serve as a warning about the power of deception?